I want the revenge, man. I want my revenge. I think inactivity played a big part. It's quite hard because obviously
Conor Benn has erupted with fury in the aftermath of his defeat, refusing to accept the result as a true reflection of his ability. Raw with hunger for redemption, Benn insists the loss doesn't define him. He blames inactivity for dulling his edge, arguing that ring rust played a significant role. To him, this wasn't a loss. It was a lesson, and the real fight is only just beginning. Benn is not mourning. He's
I want to win, man. I don't work hard to lose. You know, I give everything I have, everything. I made sacrifices that were so hard to make. You know, but
Conor will come back. He'll be a better fighter. You know, we've got a lot to go back. Well, not a lot to go back, just to be able to take.
Raging. Driven by a burning desire for vengeance, he's calling for an immediate rematch to erase the blemish on his record. The pressure for a second showdown has reached boiling point, and Benn's comeback could be far more dangerous. He's not looking to edge out a win. He's aiming to destroy Eubank Jr., like a man possessed. Nigel Benn, Conor's father and a legend in his own right, has unleashed his own fury. Outraged by the decision, he's branded Eubank Jr. a lucky pretender who capitalized on Conor's layoff. Nigel claims,
I think he can win the rematch, and I think it's the biggest fight in Britain, one of the biggest in the world.
The fight was nothing more than a setup, and vows that a fully prepared Conor would dismantle Eubank Jr. without hesitation or mercy. In his eyes, the real war has yet to begin, and when it does, there will be no questions left unanswered. Eddie Hearn, Benn's promoter, has added fuel to the fire by tearing into the Eubank name. He pulled no punches, ridiculing both Chris Eubank Jr. and his father. Hearn called out their arrogance and boldly declared that the real star of British boxing is Conor Benn. According to him, the rematch won't just be a fight, it'll be a brutal reckoning.
Yeah, like we'll decide whether we do the rematch or drop down to the natural weight 147 and fight for the world title.
One that shatters whatever pride the Eubank name still holds on to. Hearn believes the second fight will expose the truth, that Eubank Jr.'s reputation is built on hype, while Benn's is built on heart. The legacy of the Eubanks, he claims, is fading fast, and it's Benn's revenge arc that will drown out the noise of the past. Tony Sims, Benn's trainer, also stands firm in his belief that the first fight was far closer than the scorecards reflected. He points out that many observers scored the bout a draw or had Benn edging it. Sims
believed he would win the fight. Like, I truly believed he would win the fight. And it was close. A lot of people say it was a draw. A lot of people saying it could have gone a point either way. I thought the scorecards was a bit too wide.
Believes the wide decision was unjust, and that Benn's performance, marked by resilience and skill, deserved greater recognition. Despite the controversy, Team Benn is unified. They believe Conor is the rightful victor, and that a rematch will make that truth undeniable. The stage is now set for a second chapter, one fueled by rage, redemption, and the promise of a defining war. Chris Eubank Sr. is clear and unwavering in his views on the recent clash between his son, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn.
Saw that Junior is too big a man. These weights that they are flouting they're destroying the fighters.
Eyes, the outcome was never in doubt, not because of luck or momentum, but because of an overwhelming physical disparity that Benn could never hope to overcome. Eubank Sr. believes that, from the outset, the matchup was mismatched. According to him, Eubank Jr.'s size, strength, and ring maturity made it virtually impossible for Benn to pose a real threat. Going further, Eubank Sr. took issue with the weight-cutting tactics used by Benn leading into the fight. He accused Benn of manipulating his body in an unnatural and dangerous way, suggesting that such methods not only harm fighters physically, but also disrespect the integrity of the sport. Extreme weight cuts, he said, are not just risky, they're insulting to the discipline boxing demands. Despite the controversy surrounding the fight, Eubank Sr. took great pride in his son's performance. As both a father and mentor, he reflected on his deep-rooted support for Junior over the years. He praised his son's mental toughness, discipline, and ability to remain composed under immense pressure. For him, the bout wasn't just about walking away with a victory. It was about demonstrating heart, character, and championship-caliber poise.
Your son.
I was always coming to the fight. I'm always supporting my son. I'm his dad.
How proud are you right now?
With a performance like that, you know, that's showing grit.
These are the moments, he stated, that separate contenders from true champions. Sky Sports' Adam Smith echoed those sentiments, though with a broader view of what's to come. He praised both fighters, calling their performances compelling and setting the stage for what he sees as an inevitable rematch. Smith believes the competitive fire in both camps ensures that this rivalry is far from over. Conor Benn is hungry to prove the first fight was a fluke, he said, and Chris Eubank Jr. is determined to show he's a cut above. For Smith, the rematch is not just a possibility, it's already on the horizon, likely within the next 6 months, and shaping up to be an explosive encounter. Harlem Eubank, cousin of Chris Jr., didn't hold back in his post-fight assessment. He openly criticized Conor Benn's lead-up to the fight.
Conor wants it next. Eddie was talking about maybe going down in weight, and I think that if they want to get it on, they do it again, in 6 months' time, and we will come back.
Calling out his bravado, trash talk, and grandstanding. According to Harlem, Benn's defeat was made all the more embarrassing because of the way he had built himself up beforehand. All the noise, all the claims, none of it showed up in the ring, he remarked. Harlem also pointed to what he described as a lack of discipline and focus on Benn's part, both in preparation and execution. To him, Benn's flashy rhetoric simply didn't match his in-ring performance. He further revealed that the rematch is already in the contract, so there's no doubt the two will clash again. But for Harlem, the outcome won't change. Chris Eubank Jr. is the real deal, he said confidently.
I think there's a rematch in the contract, so there's no doubt that they'll run that one back and do it all over again.
This win proves it, and the rematch will only make that clearer. Conor Benn was never in the same league. As speculation swirls and tempers flare, one thing is certain: the stage is set for another war. With pride, legacy, and redemption all on the line, the rematch promises to be more than just a fight. It's shaping up to be a defining moment in British boxing.